Hey, and welcome back. This is video number 6, which is stage number 2. And this is the stage on creation of how-to videos. Now, remember, this is the stage where most people tackle first. So it's quite self-explanatory. It's about creating how-to videos on how to use your product. But another thing that you want to keep in mind is this stage is really good for using these videos on your sales letter, for your prospects who are interested in buying the product, and so forth. Let's do some quick brainstorming, even though it's pretty self-explanatory. So I want you to think, how do you use your product from start to finish? Depending on your product, it can vary. And just like the previous video, the easiest way to think of it is systematically. So step number one, we put in the preparation. So once you put the preparation in, you can kind of see where the gaps fill up. And then step number 2 is using the product. So what I found was when I was creating, video training courses and video training, if you go step number 1, create the preparation, and then step number 2, use the product, you ought to find some sort of gap between the two that you can fill up. Let me give you some examples. If your product is a software, then of course you want to show people what do they need to do before they use the software. After that, then what? How to use the software correctly. And while that might seem self-explanatory, you want to make sure that you give your software to your beta testers so that they can test it out. They can figure out all the videos that you need to show people not only on how to use a software, but any bugs that somebody might run into, any situations that somebody might run into. You will want to create videos on that. So think bugs, breakdown. Okay, software works perfectly, that's fine, but it's not going to work perfectly for everybody. So you want to make sure that you tackle just about any type of problem that might arise from your product. If you have an ebook, obviously you want people to read your ebook, but with this case, it doesn't hurt to show people how, not just how to read the ebook, but how the ebook works. Supplemental videos that can add on to the text. Not only are we talking about video training, we're talking about supplemental training that adds on to the book. Because you got to remember with ebooks, there are types of people who read, listen, and watch videos. So if you add supplemental videos, that can actually help. In a system base, it could be a video course as such. If your product is a video course, then of course you might want to think systematically like previously. Okay, are you preparing them before they get into the meat of the video course? And then after that, are you showing them how to be effective?